The Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 coming out this year. I just want to talk about the first game and talk about why you should play it if you haven't done so. I don't think I've played a medieval game that didn't have some fantasy elements in them. If you were to look at the best medieval RPGs in the past or now, I would say that each of these RPGs had some fantasy elements tied to them. For example, The Witcher 3, Skyrim, Oblivion, Dark Souls, Baldur's Gate, the list could go on. Essentially, the game would refer to Dungeons and No Dragons, a somewhat accurate way to describe this game. This goes to show you that you do not need epic fantasy to make your game far more interesting. KCD takes immersion and historic accuracy to an entirely new level. The combat is really tough to pull off at the beginning. At first, it feels like every swing has no damage behind it, because like when I land a strike at an enemy, it it feels like it's not even registering. But I feel like that's how the game was designed, so that you know that the game is basically telling you that you're shit and you need to train. And not only that, but like it's also easy to be overpowered by pretty much any enemy in the game, including the peasant. Lockpicking as well. Lockpicking as well. It's so frustrating when you start off. You're likely to break all your lockpicks in one go. But as you keep doing it, it actually gets easier, and it's actually much easier later on, and it's actually fun. Pickpocketing is slightly easier, but there's still a big chance of getting caught, you know. And the bow, imagine equipping your bow and not seeing the crosshair. That and having to deal with shaking hands at the same time. The game is trying to tell you that you're not Geralt or the Dragonborn. You're just a blacksmith boy who doesn't even know how to do any blacksmithing. And the game is basically saying that you're useless and pathetic. Now, I heard the blacksmithing was supposed to be in the game, but they had to cut it because they weren't satisfied with it. At least they're adding it to the next game. However, just like real life, you can train Henry, and this is where the game truly shines, in my opinion. Quests, story, and the random encounters also make the game really fun to play. But for me, that sense of progression is what makes me become addicted to this game in the first place. Not only that, but the NPCs as well. They feel so alive. They have daily tasks they carry out. They don't just stand around the entire day doing nothing. Now the story is decent. It's not too bad. I won't talk about it much. If you're thinking about playing the game, please go play it. If I haven't said it enough, just go play it. It deserves your attention. However, if you're not going to play it and play the sequel instead, then all you need to know from the first game is that Henry's village gets raided. His parents gets killed, and his sword gets robbed. Now he wants you to get his sword. Now he wants to get his sword back and get vengeance for his parents. That's basically what the story is. But listen, play the game. Trust me, it's worth your time and it's worth the money. After talking about the good parts of the game, I now have to talk about the bad parts of the game. Or parts that need to be improved. For example, the combat. In the game, there's something called Master Strikes. Basically, it's like a parry system that is extremely easy to pull off. It allows you to do free damage to the enemy you're fighting. How it works is you press the block button right before the enemy swings. Then Henry performs an animation, ending up damaging the person you're fighting. It sounds cool at first, but when you actually pull it off, you realize that it doesn't require any form of skill. All you need to do is literally stand still and time the block button. It makes the combat completely a joke. However, it's a skill that needs to be acquired from the guy that trains you when it comes to the combat. And group combat is still very difficult. I mean, it's not gonna like one shot everyone, but it's still very easy when it comes to 1v1s. But group combat, yeah, you're gonna get fucked. Another mechanic in the game is the saving system. Now, I love how the save system works. Basically, how it works is by either sleeping on your bed or buying savior snaps and auto saving after completing some quests as well. The reason why I love this system is because it prevents me from save scamming. which also means if I fail at something and have to face the consequences, that means I won't have the choice to easily run away or save scum. To improve this system, from my perspective, is they could add more autosaves and make save your snaps way cheaper. But I mean, yeah, guys, you're thinking about getting this game, I highly encourage you to. It's worth the money. Honestly, I don't care how you play it. You can play on PC or PS, but just get the game. Highly encourage you do. I hope you do. And yeah, I mean, then the sequel drops and we play. See you.